All right, we're tracking the latest on ES Night Trader. Friday had a losing trade. It had about 6 winners in a row before this loss, and so that's part of what happens in trading. And so let's take a look at the equity curve and the strategy in general. Here it is. It's long only, and so you see these pullbacks, and you see max consecutive losers 3, 80.49% profitable, and this is over the last 3 years. And so I always like to start or add to after a loser if you're waiting to do that. And so now is a good opportunity. And one of the things I like to look at is the Sunday night trade on this. I'm not sure if the criteria will be met yet for ES Night Trader to take a long trade, but a lot of times you see these sell-offs on Friday or at the end of any given day, and then the market closes, and then you get this gap up, and you never get a chance to buy it back down here. And so oftentimes if you get a chance to buy it back down there, there's three things that can happen tonight. Is that the market could just gap up and then float up from here. And so trade one would be to put this trade on, get it here, put your stop below that. Option two is the market comes down here, takes out this low, and then rallies. Option three is the market could, you could say that if the market takes out this low, then weakness will continue. So if you're bullish, you could take the trade where you get long here, you put the stop in at this 29.69.25, which is about 10 points away. You'd risk 10 points, or you could say, and you would do that saying, well, if it takes out that low, then there's going to be continued weakness. So you could see a bounce at that low, and then for it to roll over again. So you could take another trade would be to buy it at that low for a bounce, or thirdly, you would say that if it takes out that low, maybe a short trade is in play if it takes out that Friday low. So there's a lot of different trades for this setup, and so I'm gonna see what ES Night Trader does. ES Night Trader could get in, and it does have a 30-point stop loss, and so we have a 30-point stop loss in this strategy and a 14-point profit target, and so that's one of the reasons why it's 80% profitable. But it works in the ES, as we know, because it's a very counter-trend market, and so it's one step forward, two step back type of a market, and 80% of the trades are profitable on this strategy. The last 3 years when we back test this, and we've had this strategy for a while, and it recently made equity peaks here, and then it had this loss on Friday. So take a look at this setup. Oftentimes turning points can happen over the weekend, and so I can't tell you how many times that you get out on a Friday or a long weekend, and then the market just gaps up and rallies, or takes out that Friday low and then rallies. And so we'll see what happens. I'm going to wait and see what ES Night Trader does, and it won't take a trade until around midnight, and we'll see if it takes that position and potentially even get in a better price than ES Night Trader. And so something to watch, something to think about when you develop your strategies is the relationship between the Sunday night open and the Friday close. When you see this V pattern, what really happens?